the black male on the team just said, I can't afford not to show up looking professional, even one time. The stakes are too high for me for a black man. And again, the white male on the team just didn't really understand. So they kind of had their own conversation in the midst of our team. And it was a productive conversation, but essentially the black male on the team was saying like the standard and expectations are very different. And the white male on the team was saying, that's never even crossed my mind. Like I have never dealt with that. It's never even crossed my mind in that I've never had to think about the scrutiny and the standards that are imposed on me. And so I remember having a session with my coach, Reggie, sharing this with him and almost sharing it with him in a giddy way, saying like, look how safe my team is. This is great. And his response was, oh man, it was a look of disapproval. And so I was saying like, what's going on? Like they feel comfortable sharing this. And his view was, as the leader, are you paying attention to how pleasant was it for the black male on your team to relive this trauma, right? Do you think it's pleasant? Do you think it's a pleasant experience for him to have to repeat this every time someone asks him about why are you doing that? And what are you feeling? And what are you experiencing? He shouldn't have to feel obligated to do that. And so in the course of talking about this experience and him saying like, you got to watch out. You can't just let people run loose and have these collisions without anyone doing the work behind the scenes. And so I asked Reggie, I said, what's the work that you're talking about? And that's when he introduced this idea of comfort zone radius, which is essentially a circle. Think about a pie with 4 quadrants. And the 4 quadrants are my lived experience, others' lived experience, knowledge about the topic. In this case, it would be DEI, let's say. And then the 4th is relationship depth. And so his point was for each of these quadrants, in order for people to move into areas of discomfort, that's what you need to do in order to build an inclusive culture. Every member of that team has to be doing work on their own as well to increasing their level of knowledge and familiarity with each of those 4 quadrants, right? So my lived experience, in this case, for the white male, he knows that. He knows his lived experience. Does he know the black male's lived experience? Probably not, unless he actually tunes into podcasts, read books about Black Americans and what it's like to be a Black male in this country. Topic knowledge, again, has he read up on DEI issues? Has he read up on, what marginalized groups feel and experience? And then finally, what is his relationship with that Black male? If he asks these questions, does he know he'll get the grace because they already have a relationship set where that Black male knows that the white male is coming from a place of safety, honest curiosity. And so the point of the CZR is that every member of the team is investing time into building the 4 quadrants so that when we get together as a team, we can create that safety to actually have those collisions with almost a safety net to say, we want to learn from each other. How do we help uplift the awareness, knowledge, and empathy that we have as a team so that we can get to a point where every member of the team feels safe, heard, and they have a voice. And so I hadn't really thought of it that way. And I think for a lot of teams who don't have these kinds of learnings, don't have these kinds of tools, what happens, Ashley, is that microaggressions happen, right? Like people don't have bad intentions, but they offend people unintentionally, right? People have hurt feelings. They'll not speak up again. They don't want to have to relive trauma of discrimination and racism, but they're asked to again and again. And so these things happen because you're actually not doing the work on the back end to prepare for these constructive collisions so that they end up being destructive.